Hi everyone, this is Kaushik and I'm recently qualified chartered accountant. Before starting the audit, I would like to thank Myler sir and Nagesh sir to provide me for providing me the opportunity to discuss about some of the techniques which can be used, which will be useful for the new learners for the articles. So before starting, uh, hope all are safe in the present scenario of COVID situation. So, some of the techniques which can be used during our article sheet and the topics covered during my presentation are common errors in accounts, finalization of accounts, basic steps in stat and tax audit, basic documentation in audit. I'm not explaining whatever the as per law and as per act it is there. I'm just explaining in a practical way so that it might be useful. Some of the common errors in accounts which might do even everyone will do. So if we inculcate, if we identify those errors, it might be useful to have a appropriate books of accounts, like believing 100% in last year procedure. Even though last year accounts is finalized, it has been signed, it has been completed, believing 100% is wrong. Why? Because some of the there are a lot of amendments which are happening in every day. So if for any point, if it is applicable for last year and if it is not applicable for the current year, then if you follow the same procedure, then it might be a wrong, it will be a wrong. So and some of the points which might have left, which might have not done in last year is relevant, but it has not done. So if we identify those procedure and if we incorporate in the present books of accounts, then from current year onwards it will be we have a appropriate books of accounts. So from my point of view, believing 100% in last year procedure, it's not we should not believe in 100%. We should believe but not in 100%. We should incorporate some of the new amendments, some which has happening in our day-to-day life. So for example, recently finance minister has reduced the rate of TDS by 25%. So in the last year, for example, for professional charges, we are deducting a TDS of 10%. So from after the date which has been notified by the finance minister, it was 7.5%. So if we deduct TDS in the same way, then even though there is no harm, or there is no, even though there is no harm, but it is not correct, because it's only a 7.5 which we need to detect. It's only an example. So believe in last year procedure but not in 100% from my point of view. And for example, we have identified some of the points and we have not which is incorrect, but if we follow the same, then the appropriate books of accounts will not be there. So because most of the time accounts will be accounts or audit will be done by the articles or the person who handle. So the correct procedure need to be incorporated so that the financial statements of the company or entity will be true and fair, true and correct. So if you found any incorrect procedure, just intimate to the client. Just intimate your boss or principal, so that they will take a decision which is correct and which is wrong. If it is really incorrect, then our principal also will definitely suggest to modify the procedure, so that it will be useful and we can learn, and it will not continue for the for next year audit onwards, audit or accounts. and incorrect accounting. For example, instead of capitalization, since it has been the amount due to various situations, we might have expensed off. So, but actually it should be capitalized based on the accounting standard. So, these things can be identified only if you go through the accounting standard and if you know the accounting standards well. And I have previously informed dealt with that, not incorporating the latest amendments. See, amendments are coming every day. So if you try to incorporate and if you update, I know it was difficult, but if you try, then nothing is difficult, because CA is the most difficult, but we are doing, and definitely we will achieve our goals. So amendments and to be update, it's not much difficult to us. We can update. So incorporate the latest amendments in the books of accounts so that it will be the accounts will be perfect. And the conclusion is, mistakes or errors are part of life. No one can be perfect, and no one can grow unless mistakes or errors occurs. But the person who realizes the mistakes and will not repeat the same mistake will have definite growth in their life. So even if you have done mistake, don't hesitate, because if you done the mistake and if you realize, definitely you will have a definite growth in your life. Yeah. Finalization of accounts. Generally during first year, if we tally the trial balance, or if there is no suspense, then we will think that the accounts has been finalized, okay, it has been completed, but it's not true. Clearance of suspense is not the finalization of accounts. If you have completed your 1.5 year articleship, or say 1 year, after 1 year you can able to know uh, clearance of suspense is not the only way that accounts has been finalized. There are various more, there are various things which are pending as per applicable standards, as per various provisions need to be done. Restatement of balances, like for if any if a client is dealing with foreign transaction, then restatement of the balances, debtors balances, creditor balances need to be done. So creation of year-end provisions, which my provisions are receivables, prepaid expenses. So these things need to be done only, even though it's not the part of, like, through bank statements or through sales vouchers, these things. But there are only clearance of suspense is not the finalization. So more there are more things which should be done even after clearance of suspense. From my point of view, clearance of suspense is only a starting point, but there are more other things along with the various things which are pending. We need to do the reconciliations with statutory returns. From during present situation, for all types of statutory related, we have various returns which need to be filed. So compare with the returns with the books of accounts, whether those are matching or not, because sometimes we have missed in the return and we have accounted in books. We have accounted sometimes we have accounted in books, but we have not disclosed in the return. So statutory reconciliation need to be done, so that if any difference is there, we can adjust, we can try to rectify the same if we do the reconciliations. And applicability of various statutory procedures. We need to for a new client or for the existing client also, we need to identify the various statutory provisions, whether it is applicable or not, whether it is applicable or not, like that. If we see in that way, we can able to know which act is applicable to which client, to the client. And if it is not applicable, there is no issue. But if it is applicable, and if we have not followed those statutory related, then the client will face difficulty assessments from the department. So just make a list, and whether the statutory related is applicable or not, just think before concluding your finalize your accounts. And confirmation of old balances, generally maximum for every creditor or every receivable, maximum it will take 6 months as the period maximum. Minimum maybe 1 month, but maximum maybe 6 months. So generally the old balances will not arise. If the old balances will arise, then there is something fault in that balance, like it has not been transferred to income, it has not been write off as bad debt, because the debtor might be insolvent. So these things, just see whether the old balances are genuine or not. If we see that one, then we can able to know whether we can able to judge whether it is correct or not. And while finalizing the account, instead of seeing, you can verify through trial balance review or ledger scrutiny, so that instead of getting one entry, if it has been posted in another one, you can able to correct the same. And if you see the ledger review, we can able to identify the balances, and it will be useful. It is a small technique which will be useful whether all the things are fine or not. And intercompany reconciliations, try to do the intercompany balances need to be matched. So if you have done intercompany reconciliation, and because whatever we have received, it should be accounted in the other in other company also. If there is any difference, then one thing we have done incorrect, or the other party will have done incorrect. So try to do make the reconciliation, so that the true balance sheet figure will arise. Yeah. For finalization of accounts, you need not see any Google or any author, even though author's opinion are correct. But from our point of view, CA Institute is the uh, god for accounts. So just try to see institute materials, or yeah, institute sources, or visit official website of the for the detailed procedure. For example, for any incorporation related thing, uh, every act has given a procedure how to do and what to do, what are the requirements, what are the things you need to do. So just visit with the official website, so that it will be the exact one we can able to know. Or institute also is giving the for everything guidance note. For example, for example during for the incorporation of the company, previously uh, institute has conducted various seminars, web seminars, what are the things for incorporation of as per spice plus forms. And institute also recently has issued a guidance note for incorporation of company. So if you see those things, it is fine, because it might be a 99% 100. I'm not saying 100%, because these things are made by man. So just try to visit with the institute sources or official website, so that exact accounts will be there. And as I have told previously, analyze various acts regarding the applicability of provisions. and verify the agreements if any entered with the various parties, and cross check with the books of accounts with the whether the same has been implemented or not. For example, rent agreement. Rent agreement has been entered 3 years back with the increment for every 11 months or 12 months. But the same has not been incorporated in the books of accounts. So there is a understatement of uh, expense. So if you see the agreements, you can able to know whether it is correct or not. So that the exact profit or loss will be arrived for an entity. Correct classifications in financial statements. For preparing the financial statements also, MCA has issued various procedures, various formats, and in the same way, Institute has given for each and everything in supporting to the in supporting to the acts which are applicable. So, like for preparation of financial statements, we have a schedule 3 points. If you, for example, loans which have taken from any financial institution. So, if any loan is taken, and if it is more than 12 months, generally we will show in long term liabilities. But the repayment which are making going to happen in next year, we need to show in current liabilities, but not in long term liabilities. I'll show you the schedule 3. Other current liabilities, current maturity of long term debt. In my example, I have mentioned as loans which I have taken from the financial institution or bank. If it is more than 12 months, we are showing under long term loans. But the long term debt which are making in near future, like within 12 months, we need to show under current liabilities. So there is we do if we have gone through this schedule 3 format, we can able to judge which item which need to be shown in which head, so that it will be easy for the preparation of financial statements. So try to make this one the schedule 3 formats, or the specified format which has been issued by every by specific act. And not only that one, if you see for depreciation also, if you for as per company side, we need to define the useful life of the asset based on schedule 3. For example, I'll take one example, like vehicle, motor vehicle. One second. Yeah, if the client is in hiring business, then the life of the asset is only 6 years, because if you see here, running them on hiring business, then we need to consider 6 years. But if it is running them on other than hiring business, other than used in the business of hiring business, then the motor vehicle life is 80 years. So you need not ask anybody, you can just follow. If you have if any asset is purchased, just try to make under which head it will cover, and based on that you can decide by your own the life of the asset. In this way, for correct classification in financial statement, you can just refer schedule 3 format if you are doing a company accounts or company financials, You can refer schedule 3 or schedule 2, schedule 2 of for to compute the useful life of the depreciation, which might be useful. And try to adapt smart calculations like sales with the tax liability. You have a 100 rupees 100 lakhs turnover, which might has the percentage or percentage is for example 18%. So 100 lakhs into 18%, which comes to 18 lakhs. So whether the same has been reflected in the duties and tax liability, just see in that way for a whole year. If you try to incorporate the smart calculation, it will be useful and it will be a less time consuming. And not only that, smart calculations like ratio analysis with previous year figures, you can able to identify. See, for example, last year one item is there and this year is not there. Why? You can if you have if you do the analysis, ratio analysis, so it will the percentage with the sales, or the percentage with the change in percentage with the previous year figures. If there is any much deviation, then you can analyze the reason whether it is genuine or it's or not. And not only that, if you are doing a comparison with the previous years, then if any expenditure has not been accounted or not accounted previously, it has been accounted with, whether it is correct head or not, with whether it is genuine or not, you can able to judge. So try to make smart calculations and ratio analysis with the previous year figures, with the sales, with the turnover, so that you can able to judge, you can able to have a self judgment. And I think for every audit firm in the present scenario, every firm need to identify the COVID situation, because if the client is dealing which affects due to COVID situation, then the going concern of the business might have effect, like tourism industry and entertainment industry. Definitely they will not have a great future, whether they may close the business also due to COVID situation. So for whatever the client which you are handling due to COVID, whether it is impacted or not, and from my point of and in every director's report, they need to the directors has to give an explanation about whether the company is in has a stable in the present scenario also, and in the going concern in the in the next future, and has to report accordingly in the director's report whether it is fine. Because if the entity is not able to continue in the near future, then the balances it's which in the balance sheet they were reflecting, we should restate the balance as per AS2. Because realization values need to be considered instead of book values. So uh, if you are doing accounts or audit, then try to remember this COVID point, because it is not done in previous year. And in the director responsibility statement also, one point relating to COVID they need to incorporate in the statement. Yeah. Finally, for conclusion, what I'm going to conclude is, you should be able to take professional judgment by your own. It's not final, but you should be in a place of your boss, and you should take the call whether it is correct or not, whether it is correct or not, so that you can just think that you're signing the audit report, you're signing the accounts. If you're signing, what are the precautionary measures you will take? In the same way, you need to have a habit. What and all accounts which you are doing, it should be perfect. It should be it should have a true and correct view, not only a true and fair view. It should be a true and try to make true and correct view, so that there will not be any problem. And for every type of working, for every type of reconciliation, just don't do orally, have a working paper. It will definitely helpful, not only for you, for review, for our principal or for our boss, and for the person who is doing next year audits. Because as an article, we will be there only for a span of 2.5 years to 3 years, but the working, the audit which we have done, it will be continue with our audit, with our principal, for n number of years. If any assessment is done, our principal will see the working papers what we have done, so that he can able to know, our principal will able to know which what we have done, and whether it is correct or not, so that during assessment we can respond accordingly. So try to make professional judgment, try to make all the type of working papers wherever possible in a documentation way, in a soft copy. And from my point of view, if you are in third year articleship student trainee, then you are almost ACA or FCA. It's not associate chartered accountant or fellow chartered accountant. It's almost a CA. You are almost a CA, or almost a future chartered accountant. So you should be able to take a professional judgment, take a decision by your own, and inform to your principal, so that if any mistake is there, your principal will definitely correct it, so that you can have the view which you are thinking, you may correct the incorrect decision which you have taken. And articleship is the learning stage, and this is the first step where you are doing all the things in a practical way. Because till IPCC or till intermediate, you are only doing, you have a knowledge only in a theoretical way. The practical way is much more different when we what we have learned in theory subjects. So theoretically, so try to learn as much as possible during articleship, because once you have qualified, after the post qualification, even if you are getting a new cases or new areas of work, you can able to analyze your own, and you can able to complete the works as much as to that extent. So try to utilize the articleship cycle, so that it will be useful not only during articleship, but even after articles or after qualification. Some of the basic steps in stats or tax audit. For example, you have got a new client to your firm. First step which we have learned in theoretically is opening balance verification. So try to do same thing, because once all the audit is completed, and before review, if you have identified that the opening balance is wrong, it's not matching with the balance sheet figures. So what you have done, what and all it is done, if our principal sees no, so we can have if our principal sees, then at that time it will not be good. So try to do the opening balance verification, not only the for the new audit, for the recurring audits also. Try to do once, because it's only a matter of 15 to 20 minutes maximum. So try to make the opening balance verification before starting the audit, so that it will be useful, and it will have an impact for your on your audit. as I have told previously, do statutory reconciliation compulsory, which are for the reporting purpose. For example, in the tax audit report, we have 41 clauses. So what and all the clauses is there, try to make a reconciliation with for that, so that even if the partner is reviewing, yeah, he can able instead of going to each and every page and each and every challan, what and all returns. If in Excel, if you have a reconciliation, so it will be useful uh, for uh, for review purpose also. So try to make statutory reconciliation not only for reporting purpose, and try to make a documentation relating to that workings. For example, we have a caro. So the points which has been listed in the caro in the audit report, if you have working paper what and all which we are reporting, then it will be beneficial to the firm. And yeah, which a special focus on the points which are reporting in the audit report, not only in company audit report, but also in tax audit report. The points which we have discussed, no, in the same you can have a documentation relating to that. Make a checklist of various statutory related provisions and check with regarding the applicability and whether the same has been followed by our client or not. If it is not followed, we can inform the client. We can able to, before the notice comes, we can ask the client to make voluntary payment, and along with the late fee or interest, whatever what and all it's there, we can pay it off, and there will not be any problem in the future. So make a checklist and try to understand the client's nature of business, and verify what has went wrong in the books of accounts based on the client's nature of business. For example, in a service industry, the major portion of expenditure is employee benefit expenses in the form of salaries. But if you see or rent for the office space, but if you see the books of accounts, there might be a different head where the expenditure is more. Try to analyze whether it's genuine or not. So if you know the client's nature of business, you can able to judge whether what it has went wrong. And if it is genuine, there is no problem. If it is not genuine, then we have to report, and we need to inform our client to rectify the same. And collect the minutes of meetings or resolution passed during the board meeting, and check whether the same has been implemented or not. For example, if any decision has been taken, the same need to be incorporated in the company. So if it is not incorporated, then the resolution passed is not useful, and the directors don't know. See, for example, any if there are various hierarchies in the company, everything will not be known to the higher officials. So if if you have if you collect the resolution, and if the same has been incorporated in the books of accounts, then there will not be any problem. So collect the minutes of meetings or resolution passed, so that it will be useful. Check the previous year audit reports whether any adverse remarks has been there or not given, and cross check whether the same is been continuing or not. If any adverse remarks is there, then it will have definitely it will have an impact on your financials. So if any adverse remarks is there, just check whether it is continuing or whether it's rectified. If it is rectified, there will not be any problem. If it is continuing, then at that time we need to give the adverse remark the same, because if any adverse remark is given by an auditor, so it should be rectified. If it is not rectified, then definitely the financials will not be in a true and fair view. Verify the investment in the form of fixed assets like invoices, fixed deposits made during the year about the genuinity and correctness of the transaction. Like I have previously said, instead of capitalization, it has been done expenditure. So if you see the investments, whether it is relating to the car, to that company or to any person, we can able to know it is relating to company or not, and it is genuine or not, or we can have an idea about the authenticity and or correctness of the transaction. This is the point is smaller, but I want to just intimate, like, for applicability of tax audit, the turnover is different as per GST, because if there is any multiple location in multiple states, then for every state GST is different. So as per GST, turnover is restricted to only one state, but the for applicability of tax audit, we need to have a pan turnover. So for a PAN, what is the turnover? But GST, it was different. So uh, it's only a information about, yeah, audit opinion. Generally, I would like to give explain in a cinematic way so that it will be useful. Generally, we have useful. It can be understood easily, like clean opinion, adverse opinion, disclaimer of opinion, modified opinion. So, sorry, qualified opinion. If any movie is generally all have understanding about movies. If you see once, you can able to judge whether the movie is good, bad, okay, fine, or not understandable, like that. So I'll tell you the some of the examples which I have, I was interested, like Tupaki, which is acted by Vijay. I would like to give clean opinion because I was interested. I was satisfied with that film, and I don't think so. There is no any remarks which I can make. So I would like to give a clean opinion for the Tupaki movie, Orange, which is acted by Ram Charan. I would like to give qualified opinion. Why? The cinema is good, but there are some of the uh, lags or some remarks is there which can't be understood. So cinema is good, but there are some remarks. So I would like to give qualified opinion. And Genius, which has been directed by Anchor Omkar. I'm not interested. I don't know the. I was felt it was waste film. So I would like to give adverse opinion and disclaimer of opinion. I don't know what the film is. It has been completed 2.5 years, 2.5 hours. Brahmotsavam, which is acted by Mahesh Babu. So why I'm saying in a cinematic way means, if you once the audit is done, if you have completed, you can able to judge in the same way. You can once you have saw the movie, you can able to judge in the same way. Once you have done the audit, you can able to judge whether you can give clean, qualified, adverse, disclaimer of opinion. Disclaimer, actually I'm not the fan of any of the heroes above mentioned films. It's only used only for the purpose of explaining in a easy way which can be understood by every person. So don't think that I was against you some of the heroes or like that. Yeah, basic documentation in audit, like appointment letter by the company. If it is a new engagement, NOC from the previous auditor, once you have received the appointment letter, and acceptance letter by the auditor, filing of ADT 1 by the company, whether the same thing has been done or not, shareholders pattern, and list of directors for the company, resolution passed. These are the basic documentation which for every company need to be have, like list of related parties. Why it is required? Because in the books of account there are so many transactions which will be there. If there is any transaction with the related party, we need to see the arm's length transaction, whether it is done or not, whether the same thing has happened, and we need to as per companies act we need to disclose in the financial statements, and details relating to any changes in AOA or MOA, and analyze its impact in the financial statements. So just take the any changes which might be happened in AOA, and list of various registrations, because in tax audit report we need to mention registration numbers, what and all it is there, and status of pending assessments under various laws, and analyzing its impact on the financial statements. And finally, the management representation letter from the company. Yeah, I would like to conclude my opinion on my experience or my knowledge by, and finally, chartered accountant, CA. From my point of view, it's not two letters, it's a wish of my two persons in my life, my mother and my father. With the blessings of them, I have achieved one of the toughest course. If they are not encouraging to me, and if they are not with me, I would have left CA before 7 year. So with the blessings of them, by God's grace, I have achieved. Everyone should achieve your goal in CA, so that it's not only a two letters which will be added to your name, but from financial point of view, not only from financial point of view, from in respect of livelihood, respect, confidence in the society, from confidence levels. So even though there are n number of deviation, just remember your parents or well-wishers and try to overcome the deviation, because the two letters have will change your life. From my point of view, you are a newborn kid in the world if you have achieved CA. Once you have cleared CA, you can able to judge, you can able to identify before CA what is your life, and after CA what is your life. There will be a huge difference, and the satisfaction which you have earned, like in WhatsApp DP, or in a Facebook profile, if you are adding that CA degree before your name, you are very happy. It can't be expressed in words. So by God's grace, everyone should achieve your goal as soon as possible, at the earliest, and makes your parents wish and dream true. And all the best, and all the best to all. Finally, arise, awake, and stop not till your goal is reached. That Till your goal is reached, don't stop for with don't stop with any with all your deviations. Try to keep focus and achieve your goal. Thank you.